My name is Jeff Staple. I'm the creative director and founder of Staple Design, which is a design agency and art studio, design studio, store, clothing line. We kind of do a little bit of everything. We're sort of multidisciplinary. I first started working with Nike indirectly when I was art directing a New York-based lifestyle magazine. I wanted to do a story on Nike Japan, which back then, to be honest, like no one was touching upon this. You know, like it was really like a super underground thing, and I wanted to do like a really expansive story on it. It was like a sick, like 6-page story on like the whole, from design to execution to like marketing of like Nike Japan and the whole limited edition game before there was any limited edition game out here at all. This cat named Marcus was really doing like the hot stuff out there in Japan. He said, you know, if you're gonna do a story in Nike Japan, you have to meet this one guy. His name's Hiroshi. I was asking my friends, I was like, so, you know, I'm gonna interview this cat named Hiroshi Fujiwara, and I was like, you know, what does he do, what's he like? And people were just like, yo, you're gonna meet the god. And I was like, what are you talking about, you know? I flew out to Japan, I met him, interviewed him, and we actually just really hit it off well, and we just started vibing with each other. He was like, oh, you know, we should just meet up after this too, and just like talk shop and stuff. And it's just like the ghetto pass. To be honest, the first one I picked up was the 90. It's just one of my favorites. Comfort-wise, it's a 10. It's like butter. And then the colorways, you could just rock so many different color combinations on this that it's just like a limitless playground. And it just happens to help that the outside is ridiculous too. I mean, it's got perfect, you know, what I call jean lay, which is like, you know, how a shoe looks with jeans covering it and like what elements are being exposed on the side. So like it's got a little swoosh that's like kicked up into the front so that even when you're wearing jeans, like all you see is the hook there. You know, it's got the colors here, here, and here, so you got 3 colors showing in the front. And then this contrast color of the airbag that just sort of highlights the technology. You know, that's also really dope about the shoe. I just love everything about this shoe. The big plate on the back, you know, this just harks back to like, you know, the 90s when, you know, you first, or early 80s even, when I first started getting into like becoming an addict. Just having this, it was also on the Jordan 3, right? Like a big back plate, just kind of like representing like, you know, who you love. We do a lot of collaborations that don't get spotlight. We prefer to do shoes that are not Nike X blank. Heads that know will know. You know what I mean? Like the navigation pack, for example. Sneaker collectors and sneakerheads nowadays are like archaeologists. They dig, you know, they go to like warehouses, dead stock facilities to try to find that one gem. They'll fly to like different hemispheres, wait online, camp out, sleep 4 days out through a snowstorm. So we use that sort of psychology of navigation. We use the 3 focus points of the world, which is New York, London, and Tokyo in terms of sneaker culture. And we related them to an element that had to do with sort of navigation. New York City was all about the land and sort of the structure of the island, right? And then London is all about like its weather and its air currents. So we use air for London. And then Tokyo is all about the sea, fish, and like it's an island, you know, so we related the water to Tokyo. For each one, we would then use the laser technology to sort of bring that story about. So for the Air Max 90, we actually lasered in the map of downtown Manhattan, a scale map block by block. So it goes pretty much from Soho to Chinatown to Tribeca. You know, that's just the area that we represent, so we wanted to put that on a shoe. I think the one thing that Staple and Nike have in common is that we're both really into stories. You know, so everything has to have a concept behind it, otherwise it's not even worth doing, you know. So that was a navigation pack in a nutshell.